Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video. This is going to be a bit different than maybe what you're used to, which is I'm going to go over a lot of the skin mods and some of my favorite mods that I have that I use in Battlefront. And the reason I'm doing this is mainly because a tree fell down on on some power lines, and I lost power to my house, which then led to my internet being lost. So I can't actually connect to any servers to play the game. However, I was able to get on, as you can see. Cannot connect, but I can at least do some stuff in here. So I'm going to make two separate videos while I can. First we'll be going over some of my favorite mods. Like I said, the other will be going over my settings, because I've gotten some requests about that too. But without further ado, let's go over some of my favorite mods. So let's head over to collection. Now I took note of some of the that I wanted to go over. The first being with the Enforcer class, specifically with Clone Commandos. Now, I have, I believe it's this one here. Yes, it should be this one. I believe this is Fixer. Not Fixer. I think this is Fixer right here, which isn't a skin you can normally get in the game, but this one is called Ortho's 4K Clone Commandos Fixer. It's made by Orthohex, which is spelled Orthohex. And all these mods you can find on Nexus Mods. Or at least if you can't find them there, then I'm sorry. I got all of these mods from Nexus Mods. Sometimes they're taken off of the platform, but at the least I got mine there, and so if you can't find it there, then it's likely it's been taken down, in which case you're kind of out of luck, unfortunately. But I'm just going to go over a couple of them. So there's a nice Clone Commando mod there. Next, let's go over the ARC Troopers. Believe should be here. Yes. Alright, so for these ones, got some really nice skins. This one is called AT Aten, and this was made by Vin and Apollo, just spelled VINH and APOLLO. This one here, I love this one. I love it specifically because you get a cape on the back. Super cool. And the other one, I don't think I have. I think this is the only one I have equipped it right now. Yeah, this one here. Just sick. I love this skin. Alright, next, let's go to possibly the most requested mod skin that I have, which is for Mr. Darth Maul. Now, this one specifically is called Acribo's Darth Maul by Acribo. And you spell Acribo ACRIBRO. I specifically love this mod because it kind of gives a nice redo of the old Master Maul skin that you can unlock in the base vanilla game. But personally, I love how clean this mod looks, and a lot of people do as well because I've gotten a lot of requests about it. So there's that one. Next, let's head over to Mr. Anakin Skywalker. Now, I have a couple mods that I used for him. The first being actually his face. His face is a little bit different than in the base game, mainly because in vanilla his face isn't quite accurate, I believe, and so I got a mod that fixes it a bit. Should be in 4K, and this one's called Movie Accurate Anakin Skywalker, in parentheses face only, 4K. And this was made by Rupture 13. Next, also made by Rupture 13, was his actual outfit. Let's see. Should be by the same author in the same page. And then we have his lightsaber. Anakin Skywalker, his lightsaber should not be red, normally at least. I have a mod for it called ROTS, which stands for Rise of the Sith, but it's ROTS Anakin Sith with red lightsaber. But the with is just W/ instead of actually spelling out with. And that was made by Creme Blue Ray, which is spelled CREMBLURAY. So he made that mod here. You can find it on Nexus Mods, and that's how I changed my lightsaber to become red. And then the final mod that I have on for Anakin is actually with, I believe, oh yeah, he has a hood as well, and that one, I think it's with General Skywalker. Made it so that a cape is on this skin. And it's called General Skywalker Redux, dash cape. And this was made by Hammy Flap 8D. Alright, and those are all of the main mods that I have for Anakin there, visually at least. Then let's move on to Obi-Wan. Let's see, appearances, here we go. This one's one of my favorites as well. This is brings Obi-Wan's Death Watch appearance into the game, which you saw for the first time in Star Wars The Clone Wars, the animated series, which is one of my favorites. And so the name of this one is called Obi-Wan Death Watch, and it was made by Hugin and Munin, and then in parentheses, N7 Tally. And so yeah, that's the name of that mod for Obi-Wan. Now let's move over to Grievous. Now, the name for this skin here is called Grievous Shattered Armor, and then in parentheses, Eminous Glow. And this was made by CBS Skywalker on Nexus Mods. I specifically love this one because he does give off sparks as he's walking or moving or doing anything. He has a really cool glow to underneath his armor, and his eyes glow as well, and it's just super cool. So I love that mod. I don't think I'll ever take that one off of Grievous. That's the one that I use for Grievous. Then let's move on to Kylo Ren, which for me is actually Pre-Vizsla. Now this one is simply called 2K Pre-Vizsla by Omni Meraki, just spelled OMNIMERAKI. And this one, I didn't actually find in Nexus Mods. It was on it originally, but I think it got taken off, and so I had to look it up on the internet, and it took a lot of hunting, but I was finally able to find it. And I don't think I'd be able to do it again. I think I got kind of lucky with this one, but hopefully you guys can find it too. I was able to, I believe, just continue Googling the name of this mod and the creator, and then I found a link that led to a Nexus Mod page. Normally you are not able to find that by just looking it up on Nexus Mods, so it was kind of weird, but I was able to find it. Alright, one of the last ones I have is Lego Yoda for Yoda. And the name of this one is simply Lego Yoda. Lego is all capitalized, and this was made by Dulana57. Alright, down to the final couple mods. Next, let's move over to Lando Calrissian, which for me is Captain Rex. Now, the name of this mod is simply Captain Rex. There's a couple mods that are named that, so you're going to look out for the creator, and the creator of him is Blue Nade. And he has a couple mods for he has a couple different appearances, I think. Let's see. Yeah, his armor changes up a little bit. Helmet isn't on this one. And yeah, you can also get some other mods to change the appearance of the star cards, and then change his name up here, like instead of saying Lando Calrissian, it says Captain Rex. But that's the one for that. Now let's move over to Luke Skywalker. For Luke, I actually have two mods on. The first being his outfit here, which is named Luke Final Duel Jedi Outfit, ROTJ. And this was made by... I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know how to pronounce this. Emma Ghost 99. I'll just spell it out because it's kind of hard pronouncing it, but it's BOOIAMAGHOST 99. So yeah, that's how I got this mod here on Nexus Mods. I really love it because it's really sleek and it's a bit better than the base skin, the outfit he has there. Then the other one that you're probably gonna want to know about is the Dark Saber mod here. And this one was a bit difficult to get. I believe that I found this mod by going to, I believe it was called Dark Saber for All Heroes, and then you had to download that and then extract all of the files from that, and then specifically I had to find the mod in there for Luke Skywalker. It was a very big hassle, and I will warn you, it will be a bit of a struggle, and I don't think I'd be able to help you much with getting it, because it took me a while myself, and that was over a year ago, and so I really have no idea how to replicate it again. But that's all the mods I have for Luke visually, and let's move on to Boba Fett. For me is Jango Fett. See, it still says Boba Fett here, but definitely doesn't look like Boba Fett. It looks like his father, Jango Fett. The name of this mod is Jango Fett - Camino Facility, and this was made by Genezine, I think. Genezhine. That is how you spell the creator's name, Genezine. Sorry if I'm butchering any of these names as well, especially if the creators are listening. I do apologize. I'm trying my best here. But that mod simply overhauls Boba Fett's look to make him look like his father, Jango Fett. It's a great mod, and I believe it's in 4K as well. And finally, or not finally, I have a couple more. Let's move on to Mr. Bosk here. For this one, it simply it gives them a tuxedo. The name is James Bosk 007, which is just 007, not actually spelled out 007. And this one was made by Satan and Game TSF. And there are a couple other mods that you can have that I think replaces his blaster here with a pistol to kind of complete the look for 007. But I do not have that one equipped right now. Alright, another one that I wanted to mention was the blaster sounds for the Enforcers and Aerials, specifically the... I don't think I can look at the appearances for them, but it's the rocket, or the droid version for the rocket droid and super battle droid, like the B2 droids, essentially. It makes the sound of them shooting a lot deeper, and I believe more accurate to what it sounds like in the movies. And I personally like that. Other people seem to not like it, but I do, and I thought I might as well let you all know what the name of that was. The name of that mod was Republic Commando Super Battle Droid Blaster Audio. That was made by Inkboy13 on Nexus Mods. Alright, next, let's head to Darth Vader. Now, he doesn't look very different, but you can tell it looks a lot sleeker and cleaner here, and the reason of that is because this is actually Darth Vader from Rogue One. It's called Rogue One Vader. It's made by Chucky, Nano, Sir Me, Apex Mandalorian, LBH. I think there might be a couple of creators that made this Darth Vader and possibly a couple others, but that's the name of this mod, or this skin here. Alright, and the last one that I have that I wanted to talk to you about was the mod that makes the lightsabers sound a bit different. I believe normally they have a bit of a different sound. You can tell depending on what color the lightsaber is, but the name of that mod is Battlefront 2 Lightsaber Sound Replacer, and that is made by Super Walter. Yeah, so it changes the sounds of the lightsaber. It's not a huge change, but it's kind of nice and refreshing to hear some different variations between lightsabers. Alright, but that is going to conclude this video. Those are all the different mods that I have that change visually what the different characters look like. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try my best to get to all of you and respond to any comments where you guys are trying to get some help. But I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.